Welcome to Action Coaching. We're certainly delighted that you join us on today because we believe that God has special things that He wants to speak to you. Now, the desire of Action Coaching is to coach the potential that is in you out of you so that you can live your best life. Remember, the very thing that's going to take care of you is already in you. God give all of us gifts and talents, and sometimes we pursue other things that are not our gift rather than focusing on the best things that God has placed in our life. Everyone needs a coach. Everyone needs someone to help them, direct them, who have traveled the path before. So Action Coaching is here just to help you be your better self, to have the success that God desires for us to have. On today, praise the Lord, we're going to do something different on Action Coaching. I'm just going to talk to you about some of the thoughts that are in my mind. You know, when you get in certain leadership positions or you have certain success, then a lot of times people want to know, what were you thinking when this happened or that happened? Or just knowing your thoughts on different things so that it will help better guide them when they face the same thing. Now, on today, I want to talk to you about how to handle criticism. Yeah, I think I better say that one more time. How to handle criticism. Now, you know, we live in a society where everybody, almost everybody, is always sensitive to criticism. And in the social media age that we live in, of course, anybody from anywhere, you might not even know them, can just take to social media and put any kind of statement out there to criticize you. And since we live in a disinformation society, most of the time, or the majority of the time, people will consider it to be true without ever checking it out, without ever knowing you. They just assume because somebody has put it out there, it must be true. But from an individual standpoint, we all have to learn how to handle criticism. Now, criticism is going to come. There is no way to run away from that or to avoid that. You remember how when you were younger or at a different stage in your life and you hadn't achieved certain things or a lot of things, then there were so many people that would come along to tell you, keep going, keep working, keep putting your time in. I know it's hard, but I believe you're going to make it, and you would get so much encouragement when you didn't really matter. And then I, like anybody else, believed all of those things that they were telling me. Not that they were wrong, but it's just simply that they came about telling me things to encourage me. And I can appreciate when people went out of their way to say, keep going, keep working on it. You're making progress. You will be successful. And now we live in a society where everybody mostly is consumed with success. There's nothing wrong with being successful, but I think a lot of times you need to know all of the things that come along with being successful so that you can learn how to handle those particular things. So back to when people encouraging you, telling you to move forward, telling you to do great things, and the minute you do what they say, and you arrive at some level of success, then all those people turn around and criticize you. There are shows on TV. There are movies being made. There are things that exist every day just to criticize a successful person. Some people even make their career off of being critical of someone else, seemingly, quote unquote, a part of the world wants to hear that. They always want to hear either the latest gossip or the latest suspicion, or if a person was once successful and failed, then they all call that news. It's not at one time do anybody ever think about the damage that's being done to that particular person they're talking about. But however, I understand, and I want you to understand, that's all a part of it. So don't get afraid. Don't be afraid to try. Don't run away from it. Just learn how to handle criticism. Now, there are 3 basic steps to handling criticism. You can accept it, you can reject it, and you can let God take care of it. Some of it just has to take care of itself. Now, my points again, you can accept it, you can reject it, you can let God take care of it, and it will take care of itself. What do you mean by that? Accept it, reject it, and let God take care of it. Now, some criticism is good. I mean, after all, you have to understand not all criticism is bad. Some criticism you can take and apply to your life and get better. You want someone to either speak up and talk to you as how you can do it better, or maybe you doing something and you just miss a certain thing and it may be causing harm to what your ultimate intention is. That's why people have coaches, because a coach sometimes have to point out different mistakes you made, not so much to deter you, but to help you correct those so that you can be better. And criticism is something that's helpful too. On the negative side, it can be harmful. But how do you deal with criticism? How do you accept criticism? Well, when you accept something, make sure it's all based on facts. Not what somebody heard, not their personal opinion. Make sure it's based on facts. Many times when athletes, entertainers, or whatever profession a person in, they're more critical of themselves than other people are, because they understand when they make a mistake and when it's the time to improve. They know it themselves. I've been in a position where I've done something and I said, oh my goodness, I could have done that better or done that in a different way. And sometimes when people say it, you already say, I know it, I know it. I remember when we were playing sports and we would make a mistake, no matter what position we were in, that you knew better. Now, the first thing you would do is turn around and you turn to your bench and say, oh, that's my bad, that's my bad. I already know I messed up. Now, we might hear about it when it's a timeout and the coach is on us and he's telling us you know better and you know better, and that's fact. I knew I made the mistake. He was just pointing it out that you can do better. There's things in life you don't know till you know. You don't know what you're going to experience until you have to experience it. But thank goodness that some criticism can be a growth process for you. Now, there are other type criticism that come when people don't base it on facts. It's just their own personal opinion and they don't have any facts behind it. Now I'll be right back to talk some more about that Don't want you to go anywhere because we are learning how to handle criticism.
We do understand some divorces have taken place basically because God didn't join you together. Your lust joined you together. And whenever you join together by your lust, once the lust wears off, you have no marriage. Marriage is the second most important relationship to God. First of all, your relationship with Him is number one. Both should have a relationship with God because it's going to be hard to have a relationship with one another and you're having trouble with God.
We left off talking about criticism, and the last thing I was saying is that some people will criticize you, but it's not based on facts. Most of the time it comes out of envy or jealousy, or sometimes people don't understand why you have to do what you have to do when they are not in that particular moment or they've not experienced the same thing. I know we can look at sports, at performers, at actors, at politicians, and a whole lot of people and say, why in the world are they doing that? They don't have no sense. They don't understand. Well, a lot of times you don't know the decision people have to make behind the scenes to do what they do. My expression to a lot of my friends and even to my church all the time, it is very easy to be critical from the cheap seats. Yes, it is. When you sitting watching the game and you're not actually in the game, it is very easy to point out somebody else's mistakes. So we have to understand that. Now, there are certain criticisms that have to be rejected because they are not based in facts. They're not based in anything that's reasonable. They just come because some people want to criticize you because maybe you're in a position, you did the work, they didn't do the work, and they just mad because you did what it took to get to the position, and so they figure the best way to tear you down or stop you from progress is to criticize you. Now, the reason I say you have to reject it, because not that them talking particularly can hurt you or stop you, but however, it can make you hurt yourself. And when I say hurt yourself, just because somebody is talking, that don't mean you've done anything wrong. That don't mean you should have an appreciation for what you worked hard at. That does not mean that you should regret the sacrifices and the things you had to go through. The 4 years of college, studying your grades, working hard, staying up all night, practicing your craft, day in and day out when nobody was there to encourage you to do what you do, and they all of a sudden decide that they just want to get mad. They want to criticize you. I do understand. I remember we were graduating from high school, and at that time, the person that was named valedictorian of our class, I remember it was a whole bunch of us. We all had the similar last names, so they lined us up according to last names. So we knew that this particular person was going to get valedictorian. And of course, they were going to give him all kind of medals, all kind of award. Everybody's going to be cheering. Now, all of us that were not valedictorian, we were sitting back there talking about he didn't never fellowship with anybody. He always act like he was weird. And he always act like he didn't have no time for us. But later on in life, he was valedictorian. So you kind of understand why he didn't have time for us that wasn't doing what he do. So some criticism, you have to reject it because you really don't have time in life to run with people who are not running in the same direction you are. Iron sharpens iron. And when somebody has been through what you've been through, they don't have nothing to say about what you've gone through because they know the things that you're dealing with. So some of it you have to reject it. I like to frame it in my mind. Don't take any criticism like that personally. It has no merit. It has no strength. It can only distract you. You got to stay focused because their criticism is not based on reality. They just don't like it because it's you. It would be different if they didn't like it because you were doing some harm to them or some harm to someone else. They just simply don't like it because it's you. And then a lot of times, people are trying to make a career off of you by criticizing you. If you woke up every day, I know it, in the social media age we living in, if you search long enough, or if you known widely, oh yes, there is going to be some criticism about you on social media, or if you're a big enough personality on TV. They might say, if you're an athlete, why didn't you play better? Why did you throw the football away? If you're an entertainer, why did you treat the fans like that? Why didn't you sing longer? But that kind of criticism is not all of the time based in fact, so you have to reject that. Now, when I say reject it, just keep moving. Don't take it personal. Don't spend any time thinking about it. It's all a part of your growth. After all, which would you rather be? The person that have never climbed the mountain or the person that have climbed the mountain and gotten criticized? Oh yeah, there's a big difference. At least you have climbed the mountain, and yes, you can accept or reject the criticism because you are doing something. But you never want to look back and accept something from the person that never have tried, never have done it, and all they got is criticism, and everybody is going to go through it. But it's because you are striving toward greatness. You are doing what you are called to do. You are satisfying the gift of God that's in you. So you just have to reject the criticism. I've been in position. I know people are talking. I know people having things to say. I also know they don't truly understand what it is to be me, no more than I understand what it is to be you. But I understand when you reject something, you just understand, I got to keep on moving. I got to keep striving toward my goal. I don't have time to stop and deal with something that no matter how I deal with it, they will not be satisfied. And so some of it you just have to reject. Thirdly, when I said, let God take care of that, a lot of times you just have to let some criticism take care of itself. The same people that hate you or talk about you will cheer you when you do something that they all want to be a part of it. So you just have to let the things that you do continue to take care of that. Let your success, let your desire, let your perseverance, let your drive take care of all of that. You didn't have time to try to prove to them how good you were, how successful you are, the things that you can do. You just got to let that part take care of itself. Because I've yet to meet anybody that have achieved great success and turn around and wish that they could go back and answer their critics. You answer your critics with your progress in life. You answer your critics with your success. Bottom line, once you've succeeded, no amount of criticism can take it from you. Others can come and do bigger and better things, but they still can't take your experience away from you. So I've learned how to handle criticism. I trust that this has been a blessing to you on today. And remember, criticism can be handled. But don't try to avoid the fact that whatever you're doing, you're going to be criticized. I'll be right back to talk to you.
It's only in marriage you will truly understand God at the highest level. So God says marriage is where you can understand me at the highest level. And the longer you run away from it, the less you're able to understand about God.
Welcome back. Now, before we move on today with Action Coaching, I certainly want to encourage you to help support Action Coaching so that we can do bigger and better things. It is because of you supporting us, you're helping us to continue to coach other people. So many people in life need coaching. And if you can't do it yourself, you can help us go out and coach others so that they too can discover their potential and live out their God-given life. There's a link in my bio. Certainly want to challenge you to sit down today and sow a generous seed faith offering for the support of Action Coaching. And we are going to continue to just expand and expand and expand because there are people everywhere that need coaching. Thank you for your support. Thank you for standing with us. Hit me up on social media and let me know what you think about this particular message on today. How you are handling criticism, or did this help you? I would love to hear from you. Now, of course, link in my bio will give you all of the ways that you can give to Action Coaching, and we're looking forward to hearing from you. Now, before I leave you on today, January the 5th, another exciting election is taking place. Georgia is at the center of the political world right now. There are 4 candidates running for the Senate seat in the United States Senate. 2 for Republicans, 2 for Democrats. And Georgia has been put in a place that whichever side wins will have full control of the Senate. Now, understand this. The Senate is one of those key components of our political system that can help the president determine his agenda for the nation. It's a part that when he has more senators, then they can pursue the things that they feel that is best for their particular agenda. I just want all of you to make sure that your vote counts again. January 5th is the voting day. However, you can still early vote. You can still have mail-in ballots. You can go and get your mail-in ballot now, send it back, and make sure your vote counts. I believe in my heart that if you do not vote then you cannot complain about what you get. But make your vote count. Make your voice heard by participating in this runoff election, January 5th. I'm excited about it, and I know that you're going to continue to do what you're supposed to do. Before I leave you today, I want to announce to you about an exciting new program that's coming. First Lady Mary Jackson is going to have her own program, and I want you to know you're going to be blessed. The title of the program is More Than Life. And it's coming to you on Thursday on YouTube, Facebook, and IGTV. You don't want to miss it. You want to tell your friends. You want to share, so that you can join First Lady Mary Jackson for More Than Life on Thursday. Well, the Lord richly bless you. I certainly enjoyed talking to you. And as I do each and every week, I want to encourage you. Share the word with a friend and keep the word in action.